got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll go to Barkley. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
On first down, it's Harrison, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they had certainly had their struggles to start the season, but they put it all together in getting that first victory a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Hurts throw complete there to Smith. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 15. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throwing, Bridgewater. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll be out right at the 35. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Bridgewater now. That's complete to Tony. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Bridgewater now from the 50. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 17 yards and a Giant first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down now, it's Harrison, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 6-0 our score after 1.
Ready. Head the streets. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Come on. Hey, smash Bronco.
Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here we go. Bronco switch. Go check.
They'll run on first down. Harrison. And he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. Past the 20. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, this Philly offense set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Viking 18. Traps on 80.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 42-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially to skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit, let them catch their breath. Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
A first down carry for Barkley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Bridgewater to throw it. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Throwing is Bridgewater. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. It's Barkley on the counter, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
On 3rd down, Barkley, and he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And that is no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. They go play action with Hurts. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But when you're down a couple of scores like this, CD, you can't afford too many plays that go in the wrong direction like that one.
Yeah, when you take a good look at it broadly, sacks are better than giving up an interception. But where they are on the scoreboard, they've got to get rid of all of that and just create positive plays for themselves in order to have a chance.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The Eagles send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line.
At the 42-yard line.
First down, Bridgewater. This one goes out wide for Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Bridgewater. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
And that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Check smash, check smash. 19 Lions. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 73 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And that'll be caught by Tony. Touchdown! Kadarius Toney, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Ready.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Pass the 60, pass the 60.
Hurts. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far.
They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Bridgewater's throw taken in by Slayton. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now you get to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Right back to him on 1st down. And some room to work. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 121 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to cut into that deficit. So that, Charles, their first score of the ball game, obviously, coming here in the 3rd quarter. Is that going to be enough to energize the troops?
It's a great question, and we'll wait to see the answer, but it's finally something for them to build on. Now they know that they can actually score against that defense.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Bridgewater's throw brought in by Bellinger. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Bridgewater. That ball caught by Slayton. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton, 66 yards. And the Giants will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
There you go. 19, Tiger, 19.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, here's a run by Gainwell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. Cougar 19.
On 2nd down, it's Harrison. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts sets up to throw it. He finds his man complete. That's Harrison. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 2nd down now, it's Harrison. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. In motion left is Watkins.
Buffalo 18. Vikings 18.
Here's Hurts to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Ready?
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on fourth down.
60 boxes, 60 boxes.
Now a handoff up the middle. Harrison. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 2nd down, it's Harrison. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
19 tight, 19 tight.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Giants will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Barkley, inside handoff. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Got his man on the crossing pattern. It's Slayton. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's a give to Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And the catch made by Johnson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Bridgewater. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down. They'll try the field goal now with Graham Gano from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they've had that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
He's got Watkins on the out route. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. And now here is another interception. And the Giants are going to get it back here just past the 35. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And some room to maneuver. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Gano the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the